Hello, everyone, and welcome back again to this channel. I remain my humble self, F. Young David King. I love to call myself your friend, and one thing that friends do for friends is tell them the truth and share information about certain topics. So today, I have a question someone asked me. He said, "Can you help me? Can you help a brother with three strategic decisions or way of life that has brought you here?" That was like a deep question. Three strategic decisions or way of life that has brought me here. I am still a student of the game, despite I have certain results to back the place I find myself, but I am still a student of the game, still learning, still developing, still aiming to get better, as my name entails, still aiming to get better and improve in life. But there are certain things that I am doing right or I'm getting right that is actually giving me a headway and a head start in life. And I shared these three very important principles to him. And I also want to share it with you, my wonderful friends over here. So we'll start with the first one. I answered him and wait for the last one. The last one is very important. The first one I said, I cut off everyone. Although that one I am trying to reintegrate and bring better people in and a better circle. So yes, that was the first thing I actually did to find myself here. I noticed that I was around a lot of circles, and with all respect, circles that were not really going anywhere. We had dreams, we had fantasies, we had ambition, but there was no well-defined purpose. There was just fantasies, things we wanted to do, but there was no well-defined purpose. So I had to cut down or cut off from that circle of friends. So yes, that's like the first thing I did, which is very important. The people throw around the statement that 12 friends cannot work together for 12 years, and it is true. No offense to them. Probably I might even be the bad person in the circle, and they had to cut me off, or vice versa. So we all need that change in certain times of our life where we just move out from certain companies and try to find ourselves and find our own vision and purpose for life. So yes, and although that was sustainable and that is what was needed for that stage of my life, I have now moved to a stage where networking is very critical and I need to now reintegrate into making friends, meeting people and expanding my circle. Once I've taken out the people that are not supposed to be there, I have to bring in people that are supposed to be there. You can't do life alone. So at first, if you know you're not making a head start in life, your life looks stuck, examine your circle, examine the people around you. Then the second thing I told him was, I live very low than my means. I live below my means. I've come to a point where people were telling me it's time to move out from where I was living and then move to maybe the city. And I said, no. I might have the money to afford that life, to maybe rent the house and do certain things, but it is not within my means yet. I see people that are earning maybe 3 million naira a year, and then they are living in houses worth 2 billion naira. There is no balance there. You're living obviously above your means, even though you can afford it. Just understanding that affording something doesn't mean it is within your means. Even though you can afford this thing, does not mean it is within your means. Know this and live within your means. Cut down certain excesses. So I live within my means, and that is the second reason why I can be able to invest in my life, because now I have enough cash or enough capital or resource to invest in myself because I live well within my means. Then number three, and the final one, which I say is very important, is I became very shameless. Very shameless. Before, there are certain things I could not do. Putting the camera in my face here was something I probably would not do before. And talking like this to you guys. But I became very shameless about myself, about my business. There was a time when I was starting out in 2022, I printed flyers. I think I still have those flyers here in my office. I became very shameless. I have had these flyers since like 2022, 2023. I was going to the pleasure park to give out flyers. I was putting my business out there shamelessly, engaging vigorously. So I became very shameless because they say who dey ground already, no dey complain about sand or dirty. You're on the floor. So I became very shameless about the things I wanted to achieve, the place I was going to, putting my hustle, myself first, and all of that. So that is one thing a lot of us are not doing properly now. We are too full of shame and embarrassment. Oh, people have to say, if I do this, people will look at me like this, and you end up not doing anything. And the fact about life is 100 or 80 to 85% of the time, most people looking at you don't even care. They might not even be talking about you. They might not be really necessarily be thinking about you. They have their problems choked up in their mind. So you now that is worried that people are looking at you, or they're not really looking at you. You get what I'm saying? So these are the three things I know I did. If someone should say, tell me what you did, these are the three core principles I stood by. First of all, I cut off people that were not going in the same direction. And then now I am in the phase where I'm trying to bring in people that we are going in the same direction, or we have the same vision about life, or people that are above me. Secondly, I live below my means. Before I afford or I buy something, I check if it is important to my vision and where I'm going. If it serves me, I don't just buy on impulse. And then three, I became shameless. No shame. That's why I'm putting out this content, because I don't get shame. I can share my story. No fear of prejudice, no fear of what people have to say. I hope this goes to teach someone something or educate someone on how to live a successful or lead a successful life. I remain your friend. Please do well to subscribe, like, and share this video, because obviously someone might watch this and this will be the turning point or something that changes or sets the pace for the person's change of life. So do well to share this content. Do well to subscribe to this channel. You'll get more and more videos like this. I promised you guys consistency, and that I am doing. See you on the next video. God bless you.